And hey, Victor. Shouts out to Victor tuning in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Views, views. I'm so glad to be back in the ATL.
She's back. Oh, that's a good picture too.
You know, Michael, I'm so glad to be back here with you.
That's the first thing you asked. Was I gonna be here?
Yep. Didn't I ask that?
Yes.
Because I was like, listen, if I'm coming all the way there, I've got to see my people. And you're now my people. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Definitely. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
It's
Let's do this.
8:20.
Mm-hmm.
You rolling to 9:20.
You know how we do sometimes. We start late, but it's okay as long as we're here in the building.
Spit that gum out.
All right, you're on with Views. Views. The naked truth is back in the ATL. 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 Yeah, I'm up in this bitch. And I've had a little bit of whiskey. What is your drink? Tell me what you're sipping on. I have a special guest here with me tonight. This has been my people for about 10 years. Has it been more than 10 years?
10 years.
10 years?
More.
Okay, so he's new to radio, so you got to talk like right into the mic.
10 years more.
10 years plus. Okay. He goes by the name Doc. And the reason why we've been rolling for 10 years plus is because he's one of the realest motherfuckers I know. But not only is he real, because I know some real people, but they're not always emotionally mature. You know what I'm saying, Michael? You know what I'm saying, Doc?
Yes.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they're real, but they're not emotionally mature. So wherever they're at, they're real wherever they're at emotionally. But the reason why I roll with Doc is because he's emotionally mature. He always gives me a great perspective from a mature and emotionally mature man's perspective. And also, Michael, I know you don't like me calling you this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Uh-oh.
He's the owner of the station.
God damn it.
Shouts out to Michael.
I just work here.
But see, that's why I like you too. You're both humble, but both emotionally mature, which is what I love. So tonight, we're going in deep on some topics. I'm so glad I have two emotionally mature men here because we're going to be discussing things that you...
2.5. 3.
What did I miss?
We're looking for these emotionally mature men.
Oh.
Right. I am just trying to turn this microphone off. Views. Sip my beer, drink what I'm eating after the show. How about that?
Oh, no. You got to put your input in tonight, Mr. McFadden.
I got you.
Okay. So we're talking about things that we have talked about before. But the difference is tonight you're hearing it from two emotionally mature men and an emotionally mature woman. But before we get started, I have to warn you that there is explicit language, adult content. Sometimes the show is rated R and almost rated X. So if you have any problem with the words fuck, motherfucker, pussy, or dick, you should probably mute me or tune off right now. Okay? This is for the grown and sexy only. I keep saying this over and over again. My pages are rated R, and I am not filtering myself for anyone who's like, oh my God, I can't believe she said the word motherfucker and pussy. Help you guys out. Pussy. Okay? Say it with me. Can you say it with me on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Pussy. Is that really bad? See, is that bad?
Sounds good to me.
Man.
Oh, then we're going to get some people to understand a little dick etiquette.
I like that, dick etiquette. So tell me, Doc and Michael, how do you feel when you hear a woman say fuck, motherfucker, dick, or pussy?
Respect.
You have respect?
Yes, because she is being real.
So it doesn't offend you?
Not at all.
So for men that it offends, like I've had men come on my page and they're like, oh my gosh, you have a potty mouth. Oh my God, what language? What is their problem? Because I'm sure that if a man were using the same, there would be no issue. Am I wrong?
There will be some issues to a point,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a matter of your upbringing.
Mm.
That's all. You know what you heard, what you believe that's supposed to be right and wrong. But, you know, if you're, use a term is, if you're accepting, you can respect it.
Yeah, exactly. And see, I just see words as a form of expression. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's the intention behind the word.
Absolutely.
Like if you say "fuck you, motherfucker, you pussy ass bitch," I want to beat your ass. Now, see, that's threatening.
Yes, it is.
But if you say "fuck you, a fine ass motherfucker," and you look like you got some good pussy, bitch, I want to fuck you.
And you say, don't talk about it, be about it.
See how the intention is different?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, let me go back to my boy Doc. So we've been down for over 10 years now.
Yes.
And let me just give you guys a little bit of history between Doc and I. This has been my friend for a long time. When I wasn't emotionally mature and I was going through relationships and dating guys, he was very instrumental in explaining to me the psyche between men and women and how men think. And that's why I asked him to be on the show, because in all the times that I came to him, he was never judgmental. He never, put me down and said, "What are you thinking? Like this guy is clearly not into you, or he's just using you," or whatever the situation was. He never, ever put me down or judged me. He would just talk me through it and was so patient and would just listen. So I just want to say, Doc, I appreciate that. And now 10 years later, I've been single for a long time. And I think that I finally get everything that you've been trying to tell me.
Yeah. It's your choice.
And I haven't called you in a long time to ask you for any advice on a guy, have I?
It's been a while. It's been a while. But that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you. You were like a therapist to me in many, many ways.
I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of it.
Well, then that's why I'm honored to have you on the show, because I think it's good to have a man on here representing for the men from a mature standpoint. So, let's go ahead and go into the first topic, okay?
Okay.
The one thing that I want to discuss is, okay, let me take a deep breath. Because a lot of women have a hard time comprehending when a man that they are into is not into them. And they'll call their girls and they'll try to rationalize. They'll try to turn little signs that aren't really signs into something more than, and the reason I know this is because I've done this. They try to turn little signs that aren't really signs into something more than what it really is. And so, they'll say things like, well, maybe he didn't call me because I haven't heard from him in 2 days because he got busy at work. Or he told me he's been traveling and that's why he hasn't called me in a week.
That's a good one.
Okay, let's go with that one. I'm really into this guy and I know he works a lot and he's been traveling. He travels for his job. And I've reached out to him 2 or 3 times. He hasn't gotten back to me. Sometimes it takes him about a week to get back to me.
A week.
And when he does, he says, "Oh, my bad. I've been traveling and I've been working overseas or wherever. And that's why I haven't had a chance to get back to you."
You're not a priority.
Say that again.
You're not a priority. That's a way of saying I got other things going on that I just can't tell you about because it'll cut me from being with you. So when I had the time and the opportunity presents itself, I will be with you. But right now I got Mary, Sally, Jane. I got my rotation going on. And you're not being hot because you're not making it easy for me. If you're easy for me, you go to the top of the list.
Mm.
And then you're going to drop back down.
Uh-huh.
So you just have to be patient and take it for what it is.
Okay, so when it's not work then.
Not work at all.
So when he says I've been working and I've been traveling, that's just a bullshit excuse basically.
It's the truth in his eye.
Okay.
Yes, he's been working
Yeah.
and he's been traveling.
Yeah.
So it's the truth for him,
Okay.
not the truth for you.
Ah.
To sum it up, he's not that into you
Okay.
at the moment until you give him what he wants.
And what is that?
TNA.
TNA. But see, then women have this thing where they're like, well, if I give him the TNA, then I'm giving him what he wants, and I might not hear from him again.
Well, sometimes it can be, I'm going to change him. He hasn't had anything this good.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he's had some just as good or better.
So maybe the kitty isn't as good as she thinks it is.
In her mind, she's good.
Yeah.
But in his mind, no. After a while, you realize it's all in the same place and it does the same thing. The best pussy is the next pussy.
Okay, ladies, I hope the ladies are listening right now, because we're giving an education right now on Boo's Views, the Naked Truth, Power 108.9. You're getting an education, ladies.
Yes, you are. And please respond. Let us hear.
Yes, please comment in the comments. Shouts out to my sister, Sophia. She's tuning in right now. Hey, Sophia. So if you're just tuning in, we're discussing how the signs that a man is just not that into you. And I was just giving the analogy. What's that, Michael? You want this? Okay. I was just giving an example. Like if a man says, I haven't called you or reached out to you because I've been traveling and I've been busy. But, thanks to my good friend Doc here, he was like, no, basically, he's just not that into you. And see, but you said something that I found very interesting. You said, be patient.
Yes.
So how can you give me an idea? What does be patient mean? I mean, he could have a rotation of 3, 4 to 5 women.
Put him in the rotation.
Oh, say it again.
Put him in the rotation. We're very easy. Men are easy. And we want what we can't get. The easier you make it for us, we'll be neglectful.
Well, see, that's why you said you give them. See, this is where I find men can sometimes be contradictory. Give me what I want, which is the TNA.
Right.
But then you just said
Then
when it's too easy,
pull it back.
so give it to him and then pull him back.
Pull it back. Put him in rotation.
Listen. This isn't from me, because I really am not. I'm in a place right now where I might have a rotation soon, because I just don't give a fuck right now to be in a committed relationship. I'm asking these questions for the ladies that reach out to me and ask these questions.
Doc, I want to know, are men cool with being in the rotation?
No, some aren't. They're not mature enough to accept that what she did with me, she just did it with someone else, and then I have to follow behind it. Oh my God, I can't imagine she just did this with him and she did it with me. She sucked his dick, kissed his ass, and now she kissing me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, can't
Mhm.
face that.
Mm-hmm.
Some can accept it, but that's a small percentage. But the ones who can accept it is a bigger percentage.
Views. Do women think the same thing? Or do they have that same mindset? He did this to the other woman?
It's just maybe some women, but I think it's just more of a cover up for them trying to convince themselves to not mess with him, or they're trying to talk themselves out of messing with him. Because I guess I can only speak for me personally. If a man has been in the streets and he has slept with thousands and thousands and thousands of women, I know I exaggerated. Um, I wouldn't care because what matters to me is what's happening right now. You know, he could have grown from his thousands of experiences. And in my mind, I'm thinking, if you've had thousands and thousands, that dick better be good. In my mind, I'm thinking it must be good if you've had thousands. But you never know. He might have had thousands just because he's had, he's rich and he's got status or whatever. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I have been with men who have had money, power, and status and have had lots of women. And it was.
They ain't slinging that much dick. They ain't slinging that much dick. Yeah. You have to be honest. I mean, you trying to satisfy multiple women with big sexual appetites. It's just not in us.
Yeah.
You can't take enough pills to help you.
Yeah.
It just don't work. You have one woman at home who's very sexual. Then you turn around and the next one call and want to spend time with you. You can try to fake the phone, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't eat enough pussy or fuck enough to say I just satisfied her to the extent I just did number one. It don't work. So, and that's normally what happens. You fall into the, okay, I got this one on Thursday, I'm good. Then one calls me for Friday. I haven't had my recovery time in there. So now, okay, I can't turn her down because she's going to go away. I'm in the rotation for her. Well, in my mind, I got to keep her in the rotation. So I go in there and I'll try to fake it and do whatever. She know, come on, dude. And if I have a main one, after a certain time go by, she knows a certain appetite I should have. And when I come back around, she's like, you haven't seen me in a week. So she's expecting, shit, you want me. And then if that week comes and you like, oh, babe, you play around with a little, you touch a little titty, you kiss a little, you do this, and then you try to lick it. Yeah. She's like, really? She tap you on top of the head. Come on up, man.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, okay, cool, you did your thing. She on the phone.
Yeah.
Come on over. He just served me an appetizer. I'm ready to eat.
Oh, man.
So.
Well, listen, I have a question for you. Do you know who Devon Franklin is? He's married to Megan Good.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So he made an Instagram video that went viral, and he was saying, ladies, we give up our power too fast because when we have sex, that's giving up our power. I'm paraphrasing. These weren't his exact words.
Right.
But basically, if you're looking to get into a relationship with a man, don't have sex with him because you need to have an observation period.
Sounds good.
So what do you think? Now the intention is a woman getting into a relationship. She wants a relationship. Do you think it's good for her to hold out and have this observation period?
Depending on, she has to set the tone at the beginning and what she wants in the relationship. So for some, yes, that may work. For some, it may not work. But you have to set the tone of what type of relationship you want. A man's worst enemy is time. Because I take you on the first date. That's cool.
Yeah.
You get some kitty. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, by the second date, we should be a little closer, intentions somewhat known. By the third or fourth date, and I didn't told my boys about, I'm going out with this chick. First thing come out their mouth, you ain't hit it yet.
Yeah.
So that put pressure on me.
Yeah.
To try to force the issue. So now,
does it put pressure on a man like you, or are you just speaking
in general
terms? Okay.
In general.
Okay.
And it's not all men.
Okay. Just want to make that clear.
But the perception is you should have gotten it by a certain time. Now that distorts my intentions. But if she sets the tone, I can't go no further or do anything else except for what she has in store for me.
Okay.
And that's going to come with communication. She's going to say, look, if you just want some kitty, you might as well move on.
Yeah.
Or if I'm into you, but I'm just, I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he gonna be patient? Is he gonna be understanding? Is he gonna wait?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he have something else going on so he can wait on it
Yeah. Yeah.
and not show that's all I want?
Yeah.
It's gonna depend on the situation.
Okay. And see, this is how I see it. Listen, ladies, if the man doesn't stick around, he wasn't the man for you. So if you decide you want to wait it out and you want to have this observation period, which I think is a great advice for a woman who's looking to get into a relationship, because for me personally, I haven't had sex in over 5 years. And, I have, I'm saying this to say that I've been around guys who have wanted to date me. And in my short observation period, and I'm not looking to be committed right now, but if I am going to mess around with someone, I want them to have some level of emotional maturity. And one of the fastest ways to turn me off is to be needy, or if you use me as some type of trophy to just show off to other guys, you want to go kiss and tell, basically. Those two things right there, I will cut you off so fast, it'll be as cold as the damn North Pole.
But there are some guys you can give the kitty to.
Oh no, it's good. Yeah, the light. Yeah, yeah, it's good. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah,
There are some guys you can give the kitty to right away.
yeah,
But conversation and actions can show you that this may be a good guy.
yeah,
I'm into him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy and I'm really feeling him.
yeah.
Just pay attention to what he says,
Uh-huh.
what he does,
Hmm.
and that'll tell you everything.
So we were riding in the car earlier, and we were having this conversation. And when you say things like that, how to tell if a guy is into you, and you're elaborating on it. What are some of those signs?
Let's say something little, something small
Hmm.
you need done. Let's say you need to be picked up at the airport.
Okay.
And we're going to say early in the morning. Does he make himself available to be there for you?
Okay. What if he has to work early in the morning?
He'll make himself available, or he'll make some way available for you to be picked up and dropped off where you need to be.
Uh-huh.
And he will make sure that you have done, that has been done.
Uh-huh.
He will be like, I can't pick you up.
Uh-huh.
Here's some money for Uber.
Uh,
Or I'll have a partner of mine pick you up. You would have something done to let her know, I want to make sure you're taken care of, and I'll get to you.
And just to co-sign on that,
Mhm.
not even giving you money for Uber. I ordered your Uber.
Right.
Mm.
That's it. I ordered your Uber.
That's a grown man move
That's
right
a
there.
grown man move.
That's a grown man move.
That's the difference between a grown man move and when you're with a not grown man. Well, he could be a grown man. He may be a grown man who's just not into you. Because you could be a grown, emotionally mature man, but if
Right.
you're not into a woman, you're not buying her that Uber, right?
No, you're
No.
not.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I just wanted to make sure Doc didn't say, I'm glad he didn't say, I'll call Uber. You know how,
Good.
You know how-
Thank you.
you know how them
Thank you.
seasoned brothers are.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate
Babe, I'm going
that.
to call Uber for
Well,
you.
yeah.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Yeah. That is so true. And the one thing that when I get questions from friends of mine who want advice, not just friends, but just people that follow me on social media, and they want advice, there's this guy I'm really into, but I can't tell if he's into me. And I always ask these questions. I'm like, will he help you if your tire's flat?
Absolutely.
Will he help if you need a ride?
Yes.
Does he call and just check in on you and see how your well-being is doing?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if the major thing is if your car battery dies or you have a flat tire, those are my two references.
Yes.
If he is not the guy that is coming to help you or calling to get you some help, he's not that into you.
That's why I think a lot of men
That's a huge sign.
make mistakes. And I've been married for 22 years. So my wife and I have been kicking it 26 years total.
Yes.
And I think we just did a podcast, wife and I, and we talked about after the honeymoon and
Yeah.
what happens after the honeymoon. And a lot of people get so caught up in that fairy tale in a marriage, like it's going to be like this forever. Nah, shit is getting ready to go down.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this little phase, shit, life is about
Right.
to start happening. And I think one thing that you guys touched on, especially from a male perspective, I can't always be there to step in and help out or whatever.
Yeah.
But my job is to figure out how to
Yes.
fix that shit.
Uh-huh.
Because if I can't do it, I can't just tell my lady, shit, I don't know how to fix no tie.
yeah.
Right.
You know, shit, I ain't got $50 right now.
Yeah.
If I can't figure out, like they say in corporate America, don't bring me a problem if you don't have a solution.
Absolutely. That's
My
it.
job as a grown man, and what's the title of the show?
The naked truth.
No.
No.
What were we talking? Men. Damn, what was it?
He's not that into you.
Oh, he's
Yeah, and we talked about emotional maturity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we talked about that. That's where the emotional maturity comes in at, because you
Right.
got to be able to help her solve that problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you can do that, you get pussy for days.
oh,
listen, and
because-
I get men. I see men on Facebook, and they'll comment on topics like this or wherever on social media. They'll be like, "But what about women who want equality? Why should I have to do all these things if women want equal? And why should I help you?" Listen, ladies, if
Like,
you
you hear that in
come
the background?
across,
Grow up.
grow up. And I actually see it differently. I'm like, don't grow up. Ladies, stay away from men like that. Because if it turns into a pissing match, oh, well, you want equality, so why should I do anything for you? You should do it for yourself. Those are the guys that you want to run from. Run. Because if I have to have a pissing match with you on women and men and equality and why we have women's lib, okay, see, we're already going down the wrong path. Because it's not about that. This is about you and I.
Right. And there are some acceptable traditional roles. Female, male, I'll take the trash, or she may grab the trash or whatever, and something need to be done. And she's like, just make the decision, and I'm gonna call and let them know, hey, I did this. Okay, fine. No one's like, this is the head of the house, and this person makes the decision. They control the money. But it happens, but it's no pissing contest. It's a matter of sometimes I want to open the door for you. Sometimes you get to the door before me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you grab my door.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll bring the check to me, and it's like, you gonna pay for it.
Uh-huh.
Slide it over to you. It doesn't. And my masculinity is that fragile. I don't need to call myself a man.
Because we try to
Mm.
wife and I, we talk about that. We never had defined roles in the house.
Uh,
If shit need to be done, just do it.
Yeah.
That's
You know
I
what I'm
love it.
saying?
I love it. Yeah.
If I walk by and I see the trash needs to be taken out, guess what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right.
If I come home and I know my dirty clothes hamper is filling up, guess what? I'm not gonna wait for her to do it. I'm gonna put my shit in there.
Right.
That's
Dishwasher
a real
needs to be
man.
unpacked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
Right.
not gonna sit there and let the stuff just pile up until she does it, because we don't define roles in our
Right.
household.
Mm.
This ain't the 1950s and 60s. This ain't the Brady Bunch.
Right.
This is not the Brady Bunch anymore. So
Absolutely.
this is real life.
Right.
This is real life now.
Real life.
That's now see, I was gonna say that's a grown man, but that's a grown human being.
Yes.
Because I love that. Just get the shit done. Just get it done. And for a woman, if I need something, I'll call you and ask you.
Right.
Can you help me with this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes it's just we're trying to find a solution
Mhm.
together,
Mhm.
because I may come and say, oh, we can do this and that, and then you go, but what if we just do that? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
that idea just hadn't hit your head yet. But then once I start speaking, you then break down what I say. Oh, let's do it this way.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And an immature person would say, well, if you're gonna do that, well, why did you call me?
Mhm.
No, it's a collaboration.
I like that, the word collaboration. So I want to really clearly define immature emotional. Okay. So immature emotional is someone who's trying to control you, who is needy. Now, I mean, there's a difference between having needy moments. We're
Right.
human,
Yeah.
but versus being needy consistently, continually throughout.
Right.
What are some other words when you think of immature? Someone emotionally immature.
You can't do something first without me.
Ah,
Like, let's say your girlfriends call you.
Uh-huh.
Now, you and your man or whomever say, "Hey, we're gonna take a cruise together."
Mhm.
But your girlfriends or whoever call you and say, "Hey, we bunch us getting together. We going somewhere. You want to go?"
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Well, I promised I was gonna do it with my mate first. A mature person would be like, "Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I can't get away for this time.
Mhm.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Take lots of pictures. I feel like I'm there."
Oh, I like that because an immature emotional person would try and make the person feel guilty.
Guilty
Yeah.
for going.
Guilty.
Yes.
Keywords guilty.
And I'll give you a prime example of this that just recently happened. My son is he is in basic training, United States Army,
Right.
and 4 weeks in now, and we hadn't talked to him. We just talked to him yesterday for the first time after 30 days. Wife is so happy to hear his voice after
Yes.
30 days. He's doing great.
Oh, good.
Good.
The first time we got a letter from him,
Uh-huh.
I was at the station. She called me and sent me a picture of the letters that came. It was the
Yes.
first letters.
Mhm.
I'm here doing the show.
Right.
She has the letters on the table. My first instinct was to say, don't fucking read them without
Yeah,
me.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But the mature part of me kicked in and said, baby, you go ahead and read them.
Mm.
Enjoy the moment
Right.
yourself.
Mm.
Yes.
Because I didn't have to be selfish or immature and make her wait
Mm.
Right.
until I got home.
Mm.
And,
Yes.
and I know how much this means
Means
to
to
her. That's her
her, yeah.
baby.
Is
She
that-
hasn't heard from him in weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
And I stepped up and said, baby, go ahead and read them. Just don't tell me what it said.
Right.
And I
Right.
left it at that.
I love
Perfect.
that.
Perfect
That's a great
example.
analogy.
That's it.
That's-
Perfect.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So when someone tries to make you feel guilty, they're constantly needy, they're constantly draining your emotions, trying to make you feel bad for a situation,
Right.
they're judging you. Those are all huge signs that you are in a relationship with someone who is emotionally immature.
Right.
Because when you have two mature individuals, Michael, you just gave the perfect example. You take yourself out of it. You take your ego out of it
Right.
and you just allow the other person to be them. You know, there's a saying that I'm sure many people have seen on social media. You have to love someone in a way that they still feel free.
Yes, because you're still individuals and
Mhm.
you have to grow as an individual
Mm,
before you can grow the relationship.
yeah.
You know, you meet at a point in your life.
Uh-huh.
And then for the relationship and for you to grow, you have to grow individually, learn new stuff,
Mhm.
bring that into the relationship. The relationship then grows a little bit more.
Mm,
Everything you can't do together,
mm.
even with your siblings that you grew up with in the same house, ate the same food, did everything, you're individuals.
Mm. You know, I love those couples that like take separate vacations
Yes.
and then they also take vacations together.
Yes.
And they're, you know, they're not sweating each other. I wonder what he's doing when he's on vacation, or I
Right.
wonder what she's doing. You know, they can go apart and they know that it's necessary to have that time to themselves.
My partners and I, we do an annual Vegas trip. I think this is year 12 that we do it together.
Nice.
Guess
Yes.
whose idea it was?
Your wife?
My wife's.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. I like your wife. I need to meet
Yes.
her.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Bring her to
her
the station.
idea.
She's cool.
It was
yes.
her
I
idea.
love that.
She said, you know what? You and your friends, like I have a very small crew, but
Right.
she was like, you and your friends, y'all don't do anything together. Y'all should do a Vegas trip together.
Yes.
This was 12 years ago, and we've been doing it ever since. But it was her idea because she understands that we need our time.
Now,
Yes.
see, if you're going to get married, that's how you stay married.
Yes, that's it.
That's it right there. Now, see, I could be married in a situation like that.
Right.
And let me tell you though, here's a quick story, and I love being on your show, by the way.
Thank you, Michael. I like you being on the show. Too.
I love
One
being here
year.
too.
One year, I booked the Vegas getaway with the fellas.
Yes.
Didn't realize it was Mother's Day weekend.
Oh.
So by the time I booked it and then looked at the calendar, damn, Sunday is Mother's Day. Well, guess
Yes.
where I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be in Vegas on Mother's Day.
Uh-huh.
And here was my comeback when she realized that, hey, you booked the trip on Mother's Day. You know what my response was?
Yeah.
You're not my mother.
I love it. Right?
You're Malik's mom. You ain't
Yeah.
my mom. I'm out.
And you know,
but I never booked it that weekend again.
Yeah,
though.
right.
I love it.
Yes.
You know, and I'm the kind of person where holidays to me, this is just me personally, and I know my sister can relate to this. She's tuning in. Holidays to me, and people may call me a Scrooge, but I promise you, I'm not a Scrooge. I just don't believe in holidays. I mean, I'll say happy, you know, I like to acknowledge happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day, but to me, it's, I don't know. For me, I don't get all into it. And I know there's people that do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that people that are into it, they shouldn't be into it. Do what works for you. But for me personally, if it's Mother's Day, I don't need you to do anything grand for me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something grand for me, send me on a trip.
Yes.
You know, I might not want to spend the day with my daughter. You know, it's the typical thing where, oh, you got to spend the day with the kids. You have kids. How could you spend Mother's Day without your kids?
Because
I thought this day was for
I'm
me.
with them three
All the time. Right.
I thought this day was for me. So
Yes.
anyway, you know, I'm just the kind of person where, hey, if you want to celebrate Mother's Day, we don't have to do it on actual Mother's Day.
Right.
I'm not, you know,
Because
Doc,
it's
you just celebrated Father's Day.
I celebrated Father's Day 2 days before Father's Day because my schedule, I'm not going to be available on that day.
Yeah.
So let's do it this day. And when it came that day, it was my day. I did what I wanted to do with no one else. And that was my Father's Day.
See, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we're missing a lot. And maybe that's why I'm not into holidays, because I find that people don't say, what do you want to do for Father's Day?
Right.
What do you want to do for your birthday?
Right.
What do you want for your anniversary? Instead, they make it about what they think you should have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's that emotional maturity that we talk about.
Back to that.
We have to be able to say what it is that we want. And
Right.
a lot of guys out there, they're afraid to say it.
Right.
Woo. Okay. Woo. I'm sorry, Doc. Go ahead. Were you about to say something?
It could be the cutoff if you say the wrong thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So that actually leads me into my next topic. That was a great segue.
Okay.
Okay. So next topic. There are certain situations you come across where men just want sex. And I'm constantly preaching, listen, don't do the dog and pony show with me personally if all you want is sex. I don't need the small talk. I don't need you to take me on a date to 5 different dates to the 5-star restaurants if all you want is the pussy. Okay? So just say it up front and stop wasting my time and stop wasting your time. So we were talking about this in the car earlier, Doc. And I've told guys this, and they're like, well, I can't just walk up to a woman and say, listen, I just want to fuck you. I just want the pussy. And I'm like, you're right. You can't say that because you might get slapped.
Right.
It depends on the woman, though. Some women might get turned on.
Yeah.
You just never know. But more chances of you getting slapped. So, in your opinion, if all you want is sex with a woman, and that's all you want, nothing else, because your plate is already full, but you see a nice chick with a nice ass, and you're like, damn, I just want to hit that one time. What is a good approach from your opinion?
Well, first you have to get to know her and her situation. Because she probably has a situation going on. Just get to know her. And then once you can strike up conversation and you can talk to each other, and then you feel a sense of mutual like. You can, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I really find you attractive. I really enjoy your time and company. But at this time, this is all I can offer. You may say yes, you may say no at that time.
So should he say, this is all I can offer? I find you attractive and I would love to just take you to bed, or I would love to have a sexual encounter with you. Those kinds of words?
Yes, you can.
I'm trying to help the fellas out here.
You can be that blunt. You can. But if she say no, don't get like all pissy. Don't get oh, you stuck up anyway. You probably like women anyway. No, just still
that's
be
a bitch ass. That's an emotionally immature response.
Still be her friend. Still talk to her just like you would do anybody else. Just still be her friend.
Yeah.
You don't know her situation at that time.
Yeah.
She could be in a relationship she's trying to deal with, whatever. But then later she gets a sense of, at least he was honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, that's what I tell fellas all the time is just let it happen organically. Like when you keep listen, don't be abrasive and don't be a jerk, but don't waste her time either. You know what I'm saying? And when I say waste her time, I mean I've had guys reach out to me and they're like acting like they're trying to get to know me. And then, oh, so you know, when can you come over so I can massage you?
Let me rub you down.
Let me rub you. And when
get
I'm like, well, you know, I'm not really trying to go there right now because I'm still trying to get to know you. I'm in a place of trying to get to know you.
Right.
Views.
Yeah.
Do women know? I heard rumors that women know immediately if they can I use the P word?
Of course.
Okay. Women know immediately when they see a guy if they will give him some pussy. Immediately. That's like the first thing they think of.
I don't know if
Is
it's the
he
first thing they
fuckable?
think of, but if it crosses their mind, if they know the guy's interested, they do know immediately.
Right. Oh, okay.
Just like men do.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak for all women across the board, but ladies, tell me in the chat box, do you know immediately if you would give the guy the pussy? I know immediately.
And men, you know, it walked by. We want to fuck it. She look good in a McDonald's uniform. Shit. I sure want to hear some of that.
Why it gotta be the McDonald's uniform?
You know, if you find in a McDonald's uniform,
She can get
She
it.
gonna get it.
Hold on, let me see if I can change. She can get it. That's not me talking.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not me. I don't know who that is.
Give him the pussy in the McDonald's uniform.
Damn, girl, what they paying you over here about $7.25 an hour? Shit, I got you.
You want to go to You want to go to Miami?
Oh,
Shit, I'll
okay.
take you down there.
Oh, shouts out to my girl, Cindy.
Shit, you want to go to Applebee's?
They can bring you your food.
Shouts out to Cindy Buchanan. Shouts out to Sin, the Unbroken Experience. She's in the chat box. She said, yes, we know. My sister, my sister said that's not the first thing I think of. Yeah, see, and a lot of times it's not. I don't
Not the
think
first thing.
Yeah,
but what I think what the question is, let me rephrase it because it was a little harsh. But at some point during the conversation, a guy's talking to you, he walk up to you, see you. At some point, you're looking at him and saying to yourself, "Oh, I'll fuck him."
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we think of it until we know the guy is interested in us, or I will think of it right away if I find a guy very attractive. Like if I see a guy that I think is really good looking, I'll look at him and be like, damn, I would fuck him. I'll give him all the pussy. But if it's a guy that I may not physically be attracted to right away, and we're having a conversation, and then I find out through the conversation he's interested in me, then I start thinking, what are you? Yes, no. It like right away we know.
Well,
So.
man, we know. She got a fat ass. I sure
Man.
like to see that bent over. Look
Man.
at the size of them titties. I want to see. I want to see the eye on those.
Look at all that goddamn flour on the back of her pants from
Yeah.
Church's Chicken. She got
Yeah.
that Church's Chicken. She just got off. Damn, she got flour on her
I
ass.
bet she got. And look at the way she walks. She got some good pussy.
Oh my gosh, I can't take it. I can't take it. I got two crazies in here. I've got two crazies in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the topic we were talking about? See, now you guys threw me
Hold on, what did Cindy B say? Because she
Oh,
here
she
tomorrow.
said
What's
yes.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Oh, I gotta say something to her about that. Cindy, I know you hear me talking. Yeah, we're gonna bring that up tomorrow, Cindy.
Yes.
Yup.
She said, yes, we know. And
Yeah.
even though we may not be thinking it, when we think it, we do know immediately.
Right.
Now, the guys don't let that discourage you though, because there have been some guys that can win you over with their personality, just like women.
Right.
I mean, there are some women that fellas, let me not speak for the fellas. Fellas, are there some women that you have come across that you didn't want sexually at first, but then you got to know her and you were like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been something you know, while you
Why
get
you
to know.
laughing, Michael? What
You-
the hell is so funny?
You know, you get yes, we're physical. So we're gonna see the tits, the ass,
Mhm.
or the cute face.
Mhm.
Oh, she got a pretty face, but that body is kind of jacked up. I can get away with that one.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna tell the fellas about that one, but I'm gonna do it. But then after you get
the fellas about that.
but
That's
one,
terrible.
yeah, you know, we characterize wife
Uh-huh.
material, side chick material.
Uh-huh.
I'll hit it,
Uh.
but I won't tell you. But yeah, we've gotten to the point where some that's been a friend or been around or you've seen here and there, and like you hadn't really noticed, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
and you talk here and there. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody you go to the restaurant and you have a little conversation over time. Oh, you back again? Oh yeah, and before there's a little flirtation. Then they walk away. You look like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see them sexually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it has anything to do with personality. I think it's more of shit, nigga. It's almost 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
I've been
Wait, 2
having
o'clock in the
bad-
afternoon or 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
Shit, it could be
I've been
two
having-
afternoons too. Yeah.
I've been having bad luck all day.
Yeah.
Shit, Shada, what you doing?
Yeah. She been flirting with me. Shit, I might well. She can say yes or no.
Oh my gosh, I can't deal with you guys. I want to just take a pause for a second and do a few quick shout outs. Shouts out to Jao Philippe, Cindy, Mimi Taylor, my sister. Who else? Anthony Phillips is in the building. Henry Perez, my homeboy Henry, he's in here. Alicia Ward Jones, David Sanders, Reeves, Anthony Patrick, Mark Ellison, Nicole Nanette. Mike Arrington Portes, I'm going to read some comments. He said, won't work because men front until they get what they want. Very few show their real selves until they become relaxed in the relationship after the sex. True or false? True or false?
I mean that question one more time.
He said it won't work because men front until they get what they want. Very few show their real selves until they become relaxed in the relationship after the sex.
That's where time becomes our worst enemy. Pushing past that time, you're gonna expose yourself.
See, this is why I'm at a place in my life right now where whoever I date or whoever I'm with, and who knows, the universe may bring me something different. But if my way, I would prefer that I get to know him as a friend.
Right.
And part of the reason why I haven't dated or been in a relationship is because the encounters that I've come across. Now, I'm not saying this about all men, so let me put that disclaimer, but the few men that I've come across that have wanted to date me have not just gotten to know me as a friend organically and just let it just flow. It's turned into, wait, why don't you come over and let me massage you? And I'm like, oh Lord, here we go with the fuck. Just say you want to fuck.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I find you attractive. I want to sleep with you. And when I call them out on it, I'm like, hey, you know what? If I come over there and get a massage, what it's going to really be. So why don't we just call it what it is? And I'm a straight shooter like that. Let's just call it what it. No, this is for you. This really, I just want to see you relax.
You're gonna cut them off.
I'm like,
If he say that, no
Doc,
kitty.
you know me.
No kitty.
What am I gonna do?
Cut it off.
Send me that damn massage envy gift certificate. How about
Right.
that?
Yeah.
I'll
You
go
really
with that.
want me to-
Yeah.
Damn,
That's a good
You
point.
really want to do
Emotional
something nice
maturity,
for me?
You want,
goddamn.
me, you want me to have a massage so bad? Damn it, give me a coupon. I go massage. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, can we just get to know each other?
Right. It's
And then I've had one that was constantly analyzing every move I was making. You didn't call me, and it's been a week and I haven't heard from you. Well, a lot of my friends don't hear from me in weeks, sometimes months. We're in a place where we're getting to know each other.
absolutely.
We haven't even gone on a date yet. And
Right.
if you're getting this in my mind, this is how I see it. If you're getting this frustrated that I haven't called you in a week, when I may or even if I said I would call you and I didn't,
Right.
if you're getting frustrated and we haven't even gone on a date yet, what are you going to do when we actually do go out on a date and you might actually get some sex?
You got to call me regular until I decide I don't want it no more.
To me, that goes back to emotionally mature. That to me is a sign of controlling,
Yes.
needy, and I don't need that shit in my life.
Well, it's hard. Men are not brought up that way.
So-
We need to control the situation.
Hmm.
We don't want to put ourselves out if we don't have certain guarantees. So if we talk on the phone and you say, hey, let's get together and you say, well, I'm like, okay, why am I getting with you? What are you gonna give me? Is it gonna be worth my while to come and hang out with you? And again, not saying all men do this.
Yeah.
I might have told my boys, so and so who I've been after, we're gonna hook up tonight. First thing out my boy's mouth, you gonna get it. Or if you go and then happen, did you hit it? That's that pressure.
See,
that's coming on that individual to make the situation. I got to make it happen now because I don't want to seem like I'm some punk.
well,
And I don't want to put in this kind of time and some other dude hit me.
but I have a question for you. Would an emotionally mature man feel pressured?
No.
If his boys came to him and said, "You haven't hit it yet?"
No.
Okay, see, that's what I want to clarify.
No, he don't
Let's
care
just
about
make it clear. Okay.
Because he know what he wants from her. He knows what it's not about them.
You're an emotionally mature man, Doc. If one of your boys called you, and I know you're not the kind that's going to go around bragging about who you're dating anyway, but let's just say one of your boys happened to know you're going out on a date with some beautiful woman, and he said, "What's up, Doc, man? When you going to hit that? You've gone on 4 dates with her now. When you going to hit that?" What's your response?
Like, who put you in charge of my dick?
Right.
Say that again.
None of your goddamn business.
Who put you in charge of my dick?
That's a grown man right there. Can we we need to put this in the damn dictionary. The difference between a grown ass, emotionally mature man. Listen, lady, this is why I have the observation period, because I kind of take myself as someone who's a prize. And I think that I am an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know that really means I'm a bad bitch. It's okay.
Here's what the emotionally immature man does. Check this out.
You want to smell it?
Right.
You want to smell it? I did it, girl.
I cannot stand men that kiss and tell, or a guy.
Doc, you remember them days?
Right? Go smell it.
This is a great segue into the next topic.
Before you go into the next one, I wanted to talk about the hitting part and the really connecting with the person that you're with. Wife and I, for her 50th birthday last November, we went to Hawaii for 5 nights, 6 days, and guess what? We never fucked.
Yeah. See, they in that.
It wasn't about me wanting to fuck in Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we wanted the experience, one of just being together and enjoying where we were. Now, in our younger days, we go on a cruise or something when I'm young and immature.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm thinking about. Okay, where can we fuck?
Yeah.
On the cruise. You know what I'm saying?
We got a
balcony. This little ass bed. But
late
as
at night when you're out, sitting out on the ship. People can we sneak it while nobody ain't coming by?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're emotionally immature. But once you mature, like I said, the trip to Hawaii, I think sex was the furthest thing from our mind because we're enjoying the moment. And I think as we get older, and we're dating at an older age, sometimes you just gotta be straight to the point and let people know, because we don't have time playing these games to try to figure people out over a period of time. Because if it doesn't work out, you just wasted my time.
Yeah.
Right.
You just wasted 30 days or 60 days or 90. That's a long time. I just posted a minute ago. It's fucking July. It'll be July in a minute.
Yeah.
So you wasted my whole January to July. That's a half a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's why I'm in the place where I'm at, because I've talked about this on many live videos that I've done about a phase where I was sleeping around, if that's what you want to call it. I was sexually active. I don't know why they have to call it sleeping around. Like, that to me just sounds bad. Listen, I was sexually active. I'm single. Listen, I'm doing my thing. Whatever. If you want to label me, judge me, call me a hoe, that's fine. I own it. I'm a hoe, slut, whore, whatever. Next. What you got next? Who cares? But that's why I'm in the place where I'm at now. If you just want to have fun and you just want to have sex, hey, do you. But for me personally, I'm in this place now where I do want to have an observation period, because I've had enough of the men who have run around and bragged. Oh, yeah. And there have been some guys who didn't get the kitty, but they were running like they did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I had other guys come to me and they asked me, hey, I don't want to get in your business, but I'm just wondering if you was such and such, because the way he's talking about you and the way he's acting around you, it's like he's insinuating that you guys are together, and I'm interested in you. So that's why I'm just wanting to know. And I'm like, no, I didn't sleep with that fool. See, I don't like guys like that. So this is why I have to get to know a guy, because even if we're just having sex, there is one, Doc,
Yeah.
there's one thing that turns me off more than anything, and that is a guy who pisses and tries to act like it's his territory, especially in front of other men.
Yeah.
Even if we are fucking, if you're with me and we're out somewhere in public or just somewhere, and there's another man in the room, and you come over and, for example, like whisper in my ear or lean all into
Yeah.
me, but you haven't done that for the last hour, but all of a sudden now there's another
Yeah.
man in the room, and now you're coming around and trying to act all close to me. Listen, I peep game. I'm not one of these young chicken heads. You talking to a 40-year-old plus woman. If you're going to pull some shit like that, you need to do that shit on some, I mean, I can't categorize 20-year-olds. There's some 20-year-old girls that know
The
better than-
McDonald's girl, she'll fall for it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But she grew up too. She been living with her mama, and mama's had her when she was young. She knows some things.
Listen, let's just call it what it is. If you have to do that, fellas, you are not emotionally mature yet. And if you have to go and piss, and I call it the pissing on the fire hydrant to mark your territory, to make yourself look bigger in front of your boys, you are still a boy yourself.
Well, and
You're
sometimes,
still a boy.
yeah, and sometimes it's if people see a man and a woman together, they automatically gonna assume they're a couple, unless there's some weird, odd looking stuff going on there. They're a couple.
Right.
And then if a guy he's gonna approach to a sense of he gonna, try to show some acknowledgement of, okay, I kind of see them, but I don't know what the situation is. And she's speaking to me. He may walk up and say, hey, well, how do you get to the restroom? Oh, you just go down there. And the guy she's standing with, if he's coming over, like, why are you talking to her? He's not emotionally mature. Because even if you are together, you can still walk away and talk. Because he's trusting you're going to take care of the situation if that person takes it out of place. He know you're going to handle it. He ain't got to be there.
Yeah.
To handle it. Like, she's with me, I'm trying to get it. He might say, well, if she want to go, take her.
I do this thing with my wife, and I really enjoy it. If we're out together, out on a date or something like that, or just out somewhere, I'll walk behind her sometimes because I want to see how niggas react.
Yeah,
like I don't care. Like it doesn't matter. I don't care because, like you just said, Doc, that I know if she's put into a situation, she's going to handle the situation.
Right.
I'm not going to have to do it. I shouldn't. Now, if somebody's disrespectful or something like that, then that's when I would jump in. However, if we're out, let's say we're out at dinner, and let's say we're sitting at the bar, and my wife doesn't drink, but let's say we're out at a bar or something, and I go to the bathroom and I come back and somebody's talking to her.
Right.
She's going to handle that. I'm not going to have to do it. First of all, he's probably not going to be saying anything because she's so goddamn stone-faced anyway.
Right.
Folks look at her and be like, God damn, why is she so mean? But at the same time, I don't have a problem with stepping back, letting her go, because I want to see the people's reaction. Because my wife is beautiful, so I want to see the reaction.
And then if you walk up and the guy's sitting there, you're like, hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. And you're, and that's it.
Or for most part, though, if you're with somebody on a date, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, I'm here with someone. Or and my wife says, oh, I'm waiting on my husband.
Right. Or they'll introduce you. Oh, so-and-so, this is so-and-so, so-and-so, this is so-and-so.
There you go.
And that's it. So you don't, when the person walk away, if you're immature, well, who was that?
Right. Yeah.
If it was somebody I just introduced you, knucklehead.
Yeah. Right.
Why you tying your little thing in or not?
Well, there's emotionally, okay, so we talked about emotionally immature men, emotionally mature men, but we didn't really touch too much on emotionally immature women.
Right.
And what you guys are talking about, I'm going to give you this one example. I remember it was New Year's Eve. I was at the W Midtown. This was years ago when I was with an ex of mine. And I remember watching clear as day what happened. There was a white couple at the bar. It was busy in the place. They were with a group of friends. and the boyfriend went to the bar to order drinks for the group. I saw him. I don't know. I wasn't like purposely paying attention. I'm just standing there, just watching the crowd, right? So I see him go there and order a round of drinks, and it's taking a while because the bar's busy. In the meanwhile, his girlfriend is making goo eyes at this big black dude, huge black dude. He had to be about 6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
Real big. Okay.
Yes.
Brother's not even paying attention to her, but now he's starting to pay attention to her because he sees her making goo eyes at him.
Right.
So he's looking back like a normal heterosexual man would when you see an attractive woman making eyes at you.
You're right.
Looking at you like you're a fresh rib off the grill.
Right. No, on this
Like,
bone.
damn, I want some of that.
Trying to get it.
So then he makes his way over to the girl, and they're like, she's flirting and they're making interaction. And I'm watching this shit like, oh shit, this bitch is trifling. Her man is at the bar. She's making goo eyes at this guy.
Oh,
and I'm watching the man to see when he's coming back from the bar. And I'm like, oh, she's asking for trouble.
Yes.
So I see the boyfriend make his way back, and he's holding like 6 drinks in his hand. He's trying to hold them all. And he walks up to her to find her talking to this huge black guy.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on the body language, I didn't even have to hear what was going on. I could see I knew exactly what was happening. She started acting like a victim. She's like doing this and then pointing at him, came over here.
Right.
And so then the white dude, I got to give him clout. He was a short little white dude and was a big black guy, right?
Yeah.
So next thing I know, he puts the drinks down and they start getting in each other's faces.
Oh.
All because of this bitch.
Yes.
And then the next thing I know, the white dude picks up one of the drinks and slams it into the black dude's head. Now his head's bleeding. Security's rushed over there. Glasses flying everywhere.
Oh.
And the whole party is fucking over.
Yes.
And I'm just trying to get out of there without glass being shattered in my eye. And all I could think to myself was, if I could just talk to her man, I could tell him, dude, you got it fucked up.
Yeah.
Your girl is the one that's a sorry piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
She started this whole thing.
Yes, and I'm gonna have to go to the black guy side now, and I'm gonna have to say, you should have paid attention to the situation and assume she's with somebody. Signal her to go somewhere else and meet me. If we making eye contact across the room, I'm a point. Go to the bathroom. Go. You catch it. Go to the bathroom. Then I'm gonna go. We'll do our exchange right there and then. You go back because I'm not gonna let you put me in that situation.
I'm glad you said that because, and that's what I was leading up to what you said. If your woman is constantly coming up to you and what you were saying, Michael, and saying, "Oh, this guy was just trying to holler at me. What are you gonna do about it, baby? What are you gonna do? This guy was just hitting on me." If she's constantly coming to you, "Oh, this guy was being disrespectful," what are you gonna do about it? You're with one who's emotionally immature because she's putting you in a position to now basically shut this whole place down because as a man, you want to protect.
And as a man, you got to protect yourself. You have to control your situations. If you're out and it's a crowd, you automatically assume you may be here with someone. It may not be true, but I have to tell myself that. And I have to put the situation in a controllable scenario for me. That's why I'm going to separate you from wherever you are. Even if you're with your girlfriend, I'm going to, we catch eye contact. I'm going to be like, bathroom, go that way. And then if we can't exchange numbers or whatever, I'll come to you and say, go to the bartender, leave your number. I'm going to then come behind and get your number.
See, and this is how I see it. An emotionally mature woman, I may not,
That's it.
I may not tell my man, I'm not going to tell him every situation when
you're not going to tell him every situation.
Like if he went to the restroom and 2 guys tried to holler at me, I'm not going to tell him about it every time.
Nah.
if it comes up in conversation after, like on the way home,
Or
You gotta
a
handle that
week
shit.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a week later. Control the
that's
situation.
gotta
the
handle
difference
that shit.
between
Yeah.
a mature woman and
Right.
an immature woman. If she's coming to you every time telling you about every instance and it's got you riled up, that's a clear sign.
The true story, the way my wife is, I have actually pulled up beside her in a car. We just happened to come to the same place at the same time.
Mhm.
Excuse me. I pulled up next to her and I'm like this, like, hey, trying to get her attention. She just like this.
She's
I
stone
had to
cold.
freaking call her.
Uh-huh.
Tasha, I'm right next to you. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
She's
Right.
not inviting it. You know
Now,
what I'm
the only
saying?
time I think she should say something if it's a man very aggressive,
Right.
and you feel like you're in harm's way.
Right.
But as a grown, mature woman, you should be able to say, you know what? No, thank you. I'm here with someone. Thank you. And just keep it
Right.
moving.
And I've been with someone who said, we walking and some guy, I said, I think they trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
And she'd be like,
Right. Exactly.
and we keep walking. And I'm acknowledging, I'm paying more attention to it than they are. I'm like, I think they're trying to get your attention. No, blow them off.
Exactly.
So
It doesn't have to be a big deal. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I don't know when I'll be back in the ATL, but stay tuned for my next live video. As you know, I go on inspiration. I'm no longer doing scheduled shows. I will just make an announcement when I have the next Views, Views, Naked Truth. Thank you, Michael, for letting me come through the station. Thank you, Doc.
thanks for having me.
Doc, are you going to make a second appearance at some point?
At some point I will.
You will come for round
I
two?
will come back around too.
I'm glad you broke your cherry and came through for round
Yeah,
one.
you popped my chair.
Ah! Make sure you follow me on my social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Booze Views. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Did you say round 2?
We're going to have to go round 2.
Shit, you got to give me about goddamn 7 hours, shout it.
Power 108.9.
That was good.